beginning. Why was AVC started?
Okay, so this was back in the golden age. I was
10 years ago.
It was, yeah, I guess it was.
2008. Yeah.
This will be the 10th year.
I don't have my 2008 shirt, I don't think. Anyway, so Tim and I, Tim Holmberg was in an office across from mine, and he was like, Pete, you gotta come here and check this out. I'm like, what? And we had been talking about RC trucks, right? And so he was showing me this one RC truck chassis that he liked. It was like a 10 scale, and it was all really nice polished aluminum. And he points to it and goes, how do we buy this on the SparkFun dime? I'm like, dude, I don't even know. And then you came wandering by, and he was like, what you guys doing? And I'm like, Tim's looking at this chassis, wondering how we can get it on SparkFun, and I couldn't come up with anything. And you're like, well, why don't we have a contest?
I remember it a little differently. I remember, I remember Tim, right? And I thought it was tech support or somebody was wondering, like, you know, we keep getting these customers asking us, can we build this thing? And Nate, why can't you build me a robot that can go to the grocery store and get me lunch?
That may have been a corollary to it. I don't.
After the fact,
that
yeah.
particular piece of the story may have been out of my sphere.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I may not have heard.
No. But it's same thing. Where it's like, why can't you guys do something and build me do use? And we both looked at each other, and it was like, well, we have all the parts. If anybody could build this, SparkFun should be able to.
So then it became like a challenge. Like,
yeah.
Okay, by tax day, you got to put together a thing that will navigate the building using as little. As only stuff off of our shelves.
Pretty much. Well, first of all, when did we have this discussion? Was it like December? I think it was pretty late, right?
December or January. It was like something.
So we just sort of like, hey, let's do this thing. How hard could it be? We'll do it in, I don't know, tax day, April 15th. So that's 3 months. No big deal. 3 months. And it was a little rough, but I built a vehicle that year. One of the other inspirations for it was the DARPA Grand Challenge. The second DARPA Grand Challenge had just failed because of a bush, right? And so these multi-million-dollar gigantic vehicles, it was the second year that DARPA had done it, and I faintly remember like one of the vehicles that got the furthest got off the line, made it 100 yards, and then scanned a bush and couldn't figure out what it was or how to get around it. It was like, I don't know what that is.
Well, did you see that the night after we talked to Tim? Because the very next day you came back to me and said, well, let's open it up to everybody.
Yeah.
And
We talked about doing it internally, and then it was like, this is kind of hard. How about we invite some people, because this is going to be a lot of work for just us.
Show us how this is done.
Yeah, and so we were like, oh, hey, we're going to have this contest, so we put it on the website, and then I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. You guys started coming to me, and you were like, Nate, we need to start thinking about this. I'm like, no, it's fine. We'll just let some people in. They can use our restroom. It's cool. It'll just be a Saturday hangout. And then we start calculating the number of entrants and multiplying by like 5, and it was going to be hundreds of people showing up at our front door, and it was like, we have to figure out like flights and times and rules, and yeah, it turned into a thing.